Hello, and welcome to Just Shooting the Breeze with Tonya, where we talk about art, politics, empowerment, and love of life. I'm your host, Tonya.edmonds, and I created this show because I love talking with brilliant people who show me how to live life a little differently. London Williams, he is one of my favorite guests. He is one of the few people I know with a PhD. As soon as he got to New York, he hit the ground running. I'm telling you, running as soon as he got here. He's been here, I think, less than a year. He already has produced 5 pieces, and I'm just like, wow, he's just in it. He's in it. And he's always doing his thing. He's just an amazing, incredible man. And I'm sure you will learn a lot from him. He has a lot to say about producing your own work. And I'm sure if you're an actor, you're a performer out there who's just now starting to produce your own work, listen closely to this interview. He is an incredible wealth of knowledge. All right, enjoy the show.
I started in community television. I started at Cable Access of Dallas, and then after DCTV kind of became defunct, everybody was like looking for an outlet. So eventually, I started writing other things, and I went more into theater. Started writing theater. Wrote a play called Sadia. So I did that, got that produced.
Now, is this a straight play, musical?
No, it was actually just just a straight play. Did it and wrote, produced, and I hired a director. And the director, Renee Michelle, great, thank God.
Oh, good.
So I hired her to take my vision to completion. Okay. And then after that, just kind of decided to do the film thing after I became a professor.
Oh, wait a minute, professor what?
Yes, exactly, funny things, yeah. I actually went back to school, worked in my MBA in sports and entertainment management, okay. And then I got my doctorate in business, and I became a professor, and I taught sports and entertainment management, and strategic management, and contemporary business, effective leadership, a couple other things. And then I decided to move to New York to follow my true passion, which was film.
Nice.
Yes, came to film school, yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes. So do you currently work in many mediums, or you?
Well, right now I'm concentrating on shorts.
Okay.
I think short films are the greatest way to like build your portfolio of work. It's the easiest and the most creative way you can do it. And plus, if you take those short films, you can eventually turn those into feature films. Sure. But part of my goal and part of my plan is really to do shorts, turn those into narratives, feature films, and eventually turn those narrative feature films into television shows. Oh, so that's nice. The ultimate goal. Shorts, features, television, yes.
Okay, long vision.
That's the plan. That's a long-term strategy that I'm really want to get into.
Nice, nice. Okay, so tell me, just in general, how do producers get work? What's the method?
You know, I don't believe there is a true method to it. Usually is, you go to film festivals and you can probably purchase films at those film festivals, or, junctions, media junctions, to where people show you their work and pitch your projects. But you can also get them in film collectives and meetup.com. You can do, I'm part of this film collective called the Black Film Collective, and yes. I was fortunate enough to meet a lot of great people in that, which I met you in that yes. as well. So yes. You're able to meet a lot of people in that collective, and you can get projects just by joining the collective. Another way you can get films is in film school. I was fortunate enough to now, by being a film student and going through that program at the Digital Film Academy, that a lot of the students in class, they want me to produce their films. So there are so many different ways you can get projects now. I don't think, there's really one cookie cutter way anymore. You can also go on YouTube and find a film or a pre-existing thing that's out there.
Didn't think of that.
Yeah, and just option them through YouTube and make sure you get your attorneys involved, of course. and go from there. So there's so many different ways you can get film work and projects.
So do you do this full time? Is this your full time job?
This is my full-time thing now.
Wow.
I do this full-time. Yeah, this is all I do.
Wow.
So I had an event management background, and it was easy for me to flow right into this as a producer, because the thing about producing is that you have to be an event manager. That's all you're doing is logistics, understanding the logistic aspects of things and make sure everything comes together. So film is where my home is, and that's what I'm doing now.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so break that down a little bit. Tell me, like, what is your job description? If somebody said, this is what a producer does.
Yeah, I know, right?
What does that mean exactly?
Yes, I think the biggest thing a producer is actually you're the executive in charge. You are assembling the whole team. You're actually doing the hiring. You're picking the project that you want to work with. If the project does not, if it's, I'm gonna give you an example if I'm just dealing with a writer.
Okay.
So if a writer say, hey, I have this script, my first thing is I want to make sure it passed the legal sniff test.
What's that?
Make sure it's copywritten, make sure the script is theirs, make sure they didn't take it from anybody else, you know, those type of things. So you want to take it through legal first and make sure they have all their paperwork in order. Then once you find out they have their paperwork in order, you option them. You tell them, hey.
What's that mean?
Option is basically say, I want to do this for a certain percentage, or I can pay you this to turn this script into a film. So there's so many different ways you can do it. So at that point, you're in charge of pulling the script together from beginning to end, pre-production, during production, and also post-production, and to see that film or that script all throughout the whole process. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but if you would ask me, what would my job be on a smaller budget film?
Yes. Tell me that.
I could do anything. You know, I'm very hands-on, so it can range anywhere from being in the trenches with everybody that's involved and working directly with the PAs on set, all the way to making late-night runs to make copies at Kinko's. So it can happen. You know, so as an event manager through and through, the biggest thing about an event manager transferring into the film industry, you just have to know the lingo. You have to know the business side of it as well. So those are the things that I'm really harnessing and focusing on right now.
Okay, okay.